Plan the date nights, bring home the flowers to your wife. You have heard this from all the experts and you've done it, and it didn't change a damn thing in your marriage, did it? It makes so much sense that at this point you've probably given up on those things because your marriage didn't get any better. And I'm guessing that you feel pretty discouraged that anything can ever change. The truth is, there's a reason that date nights and flowers don't make things better. And honestly, they can actually make things worse. I am Lindsay. This is Loving with Intention. Let's dive in and talk about the problem with date nights and what actually will make a difference in your marriage, even if things have been feeling really hard for a really long time. I know there's going to be a lot of men watching this who are like, date nights? I literally haven't done that in years. If you are one of those men, this video is absolutely for you too, because even if it was years ago, putting in so much effort and not seeing positive change, it completely sucks. And the ripple effect of all of that, it still exists in your marriage. That feeling of it doesn't matter what I try, nothing changes. You put in the effort, you did what you were told would work, and you didn't see results. Of course, you would feel hopeless. It is exhausting to keep trying when it feels like nothing makes a difference. And the worst part, now you're both miserable. She's unhappy, you're checked out, and you're both just kind of existing together in the same home. So here's the thing that so many experts fail to mention when they're encouraging scheduling these date nights. Those big gestures like planned date nights, flowers, trying romantic attempts in your marriage, they don't work when you're already really disconnected. It is like trying to win a football game at the fourth quarter when you've been getting destroyed the entire game. One Hail Mary pass isn't going to fix 3/4 of poor execution. And I'm smiling because I went to ChatGPT and I was like, what is a good football metaphor here? Because it is Super Bowl Sunday and I know nothing about football, so I have no idea what I'm talking about. And if that didn't make sense, just let me know. If it did, fantastic. AI for the win this time. So let me know. Okay, so back to the point, the actual point. The Gottman Institute's research, so lead marriage researchers in the world, they show that it is not the big romantic gestures that create connection in marriage. It's actually doing small things often. That is their motto, daily intentional moments of connection. When you are disconnected in the day-to-day, those big planned attempts at romance feel forced, awkward, totally ineffective. You end up arguing in the car on the way to dinner. I have been there. You are checking your phones at dinner, so you're not even engaged with each other. Conversation just turns totally sideways over dessert when one of you gets triggered by a seemingly small comment. Of course, these things happen on a date if they happen in your day to day and you're lacking a cushion of love and connection. That's why date nights don't work to make things better. Not because you failed or that your wife doesn't care, it's because you were only given a piece of the picture when you were told to plan date nights. So it is so understandable that it didn't go well. So, what actually works to change things? What actually makes things better? Brings back connection so that you can start feeling respected and seen and desired and loved. It's these small, high impact moments throughout the day. And I am talking small things. Again, small things often is the motto. So, intentional reunions. Think about the difference between these two scenarios here. Say you come home from work, you kind of grunt like, hey, she barely looks up from her phone. You head off to your own space of the house. That energy right there, that disconnected energy, it carries through the entire evening. Versus, imagine you walk in the door, you pause for just 10 seconds of eye contact, a genuine, hey, good to see you, maybe a quick hug even. Even if you do then head to your own space, that tiny moment of connection sets a completely different tone for the evening. And again, this is research backed. This is working on our nervous systems as well. There is so much to this. So another important small thing is appreciation. Often, the kind that actually lands. So not just thanks for dinner, those are really great too. And we want to get really specific. Like, I noticed you handled that situation with the kids really well today. I appreciate how patient you were. When you really lean in with these appreciations, often it rewires both of your brains for gratitude. Another small thing often, speaking her love language. You might be showing love in ways that make sense to you, but if it's not how she receives love, it's like bringing somebody a delicious cold iced tea that you made for them and all they wanted was a warm blanket. Super well intentioned, but the effort, it just doesn't land. So when you speak her love language, she feels it. And when she feels loved, everything shifts. So I'm going to share a few more. And if you're thinking, I want her to do these things for me, keep watching. So a random, I love you, a text out of the blue during a busy day, a moment that you wouldn't normally say, I love you. It takes 1 second, probably like 3 seconds, but 3 seconds, and it has a huge impact. I love yous can become sort of robotic or automatic over time. It's just like words leaving your mouth. Bring in intention. And I know I love yous can completely fall off the radar, and maybe you haven't said it in a really long time. What would it feel like to lean in and say that to your wife? Another thing you can do is notice the good. So this goes beyond appreciation. Look for her strengths. In our relationships, we all have unique strengths. Often, we have different strengths than our partner. When we can see their strengths that we don't have as a positive, it can really uplift the relationship. It brings something new into your life that wouldn't be there otherwise. I am so grateful that my husband is such a great cook. Definitely a strength, or we would be completely screwed. So I am sure to share this with him often, how much I appreciate it and how great he is at it. And I am so grateful. So all of these small things that we're talking about, here's why they're more important than a date night. When you do these small things often, you're building connection daily. You're not putting the pressure on one date night to fix everything. You're creating lots of little connecting touch points throughout the week. So when you do plan a date night or just intentional time together, it actually has a chance of feeling good because you've been building that connection all along. The foundation is there. And here's the thing, when you start doing this, the pressure is off. You're not trying to force some big romantic moment. You're not having these big expectations. You are just choosing connection in small ways. And those small ways can really, really add up fast. And honestly, the ripple effect of this, you are way more likely to see her start doing those things if you're doing them first. And I know you might be thinking, Lindsay, I have already tried. I don't want to try harder. Why should I be the one to go first again? I get it. I completely do because it isn't easy to go first. And I want to be super clear. I'm not saying try harder. I'm actually encouraging you to focus your energy on the things that actually work to create change. This is well-researched stuff that we never ever learn until we choose to. And you're here, so you're choosing to, so you're amazing. And this is one of the areas, these small things often, that you get to go all in on. You can comment roadmap for my free love journey roadmap where I share the 3 pillars of my love journey process, AKA the 3 areas that create change when you commit to them. It is broken down in a super clear way, and it gives you action steps that are specific to your relationship. So just comment roadmap if you're ready to go all in, because this is not about trying harder. I have to be so clear. This is about doing the things that actually create change. So I know it would be so amazing if you and your wife were watching this together and choosing to go all in on small things often, both of you. But often it is just one person who's ready to make the change first. And that one person is probably you because you're here watching this. You want things to get better. You don't want to live out the rest of your days feeling miserable. And if you choose not to go all in, or you choose to wait for your wife to want to change too, or to meet you halfway, to acknowledge your efforts first, you might be waiting forever. It truly is so often that it's one person who's ready to go all in first. That's why I work with so many individuals, both men and women. So here is what I've seen with my male clients. When they go all in on these things that I'm talking about, they start to see their wife changing too. Sometimes it's subtle, so subtle they might even miss it if I wasn't there to be like, whoa, this is new, because every teeny change is actually a big deal because it's change. So often in our relationships, it's not that your wife is just happy doing her own thing. It's that you two have been stuck in this pattern for so long that it's hard to break free until one of you chooses to get intentional. When you focus on small things often, you're actually empowering yourself to create a new experience in your marriage and in your whole life. Imagine hearing appreciation from your wife, feeling a warm energy from her when you walk in the room. She actually puts down her phone. You actually start looking forward to seeing her. Your marriage doesn't need more pressure or more forced connection like date nights. It needs more intentional, high impact moments that create connection. And again, this isn't about trying harder. This is about leaning in to the right things that create change. So your intentional action is to start doing small things often. And if that feels really hard, what if you did it for you right now? I know I feel a whole lot better when I am kind and I'm loving and I'm appreciative. It changes my mood and my thoughts and my energy, how I see the world, how I experience my life. So if you go all in for you, because sometimes it can feel hard when things have been challenging with your wife, I get that. So choose you. And you can also comment roadmap for my free guide with the 3 areas that you can totally go all in on. Set yourself up for success. You have so got this. And as always, my content is not for abusive or unsafe relationships. I am sending so much love into your day. Thank you so much for being here. The video on the screen is a deep dive into the love account. So this will give you more ideas of small things often that you can do. And it will show you how a full love account changes everything, including conflict and feeling like roommates in your marriage. And remember, nothing changes if nothing changes. So comment roadmap and let's have a super intentional week. Bye.